Hi class, so for this video, I want to talk about geometric series. So we're adding the terms, all the terms together. So for this one, we need to know the equation as well, the formula, I'm sorry, the formula. So let me write down a formula for you. It's going to be Sn equals to A1, 1 times 1 minus r to the n power divided by 1 minus r. Okay, so as you can see right here, we just need to know n, we need to know A1 and r. We have everything in this problem. So A1 is -1/4. R, also -1/4. And you can see n is 8, right? Because you're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 8 right here. So we are finding S8. So I'm just going to plug it in. -1/4 times 1 minus, don't forget the parenthesis right there, to the 8 power over 1 minus -1/4. You should keep fraction like that. It's not that bad to work it out. So I would just use the calculator to figure out what is 4 to the 8. 4 to the 8 power is going to be 65,536. Notice because I raised to an even number, so I'm going to get a positive number. And then you subtract from 1. So if I get the LCD is 65,536 minus 1. So that's one should be easy. And then on the bottom, we have 1 plus 1/4, which is 5/4. Right? And you can see that -1/4 right there. And then you multiply a fraction on the bottom. So I can just flip it and multiply by the reciprocal. So if the 4 cancel out, I'm going to get -1/5 here. And for for 1 minus 1 over 65,536, it's just going to be 65,535. Just subtract 1, right? 65,536. And I can use the calculator to divide 535 divided by 5. So my answer is going to be -13,107 over that number. Okay. All right. The next problem I want to show you is the infinite geometric series. Infinite means, you see right here the problem is going on forever because of the ... So we don't have n. So it's going to be S equals to A1 over 1 minus R. Now, this is very important. You see, if you take the absolute values of R, it has to be less than 1, okay? So if I look at the first problem right there, what is A1? A1 is 4. What is R? R is 3. You see right there? So R is 3. R is bigger than 1. So you cannot proceed. So the sum does not assist. Okay. All right. So you can stop the problem right there. Now let's try a different one. So if you get the summation, the infinite series, right? Let's try this problem. Okay, you see right there, R, in this case, if you take the absolute values, you're gonna get something less than 1, right? 2/3 is less than 1. So we can proceed the problem. So we're gonna have to figure out the rate we're gonna have to figure out R. So R in this case is negative 2/3. Okay, by the way, how do we figure out R? If you take A2 divided by A1, you should get R, right? Or A3 divided by A2, A4 divided by A3, and so on. Anyway, I do need A1. So A1 is 3 times negative 2/3 to the first power, right? So A1 is just negative 2. Now we're ready to plug it in. So S is A1 over 1 minus R. Okay, so A1 is negative 2. 1 minus negative 2/3. Okay, once again, don't change it to decimal. Just work with fraction. It's not that bad. So I have negative 2 on the bottom. 1 is just 3 over 3, right? So 3 plus 2, that's 5/3. So you divide fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. So the answer is negative 2, and you multiply 3/5 here, right? So the answer is negative 6/5. And there we have it.